Hello and welcome back to my Garrard 401 rebuild project. So we covered the Garrard chassis basically in the first video. Just to mention it, that this Garrard had been, I think, serviced by Martin Baston at some point, and the motor unit itself cost me maybe about £850. So that's what you'll pay for a good example of a Garrard 401. Now the plinth is taking up to 8 weeks to be built, so in the meantime I've bought the other components and got them ready to go. Now the tone arm, I couldn't get really the tone arm I want at the moment. It's going to be hard to come by, and I'll get back to that at the moment. But in the meantime I've got a Rega RB 250, which has been heavily modified. So Rega 250s come in black, so this has been stripped back and re-chromed. I think it's been rewired with silver wiring, and the counterweight and the bias assembly has all been changed. The Rega 250, I think they're plastic, and it's been, the lead out wire is Mogwai, which is made in Japan. I think Lynn turntables, tone arms have this lead out wire, and it's got nice WBA phono connectors which are made in Germany. So it's quite nice, it's been well done. Yeah, it cost me maybe about £240 for this postage, which is pretty good really, you know, for what it is. It's a good looking arm and really easy to set up. So I'll just stick this in the turntable now and we'll go from there. That's the arm just stuck in this plinth at the moment, just to keep it in there for easier filming. Now Rega were formed in 1973 and produced the Rega Planner 2 and the Rega Planner 3, and they used the Japanese Akos arm for a number of years, till 1983, till they eventually developed the RB 250 and the RB 300. So they're really easy arms to set up. Here you do the bias here, the bias and anti-skate, which is set at 0 at the moment, and the counterweight at the back, so you level up the counterweight. And the old RB 250 arm, you turned it twice for 2 grams approximately, or once you turned it 1 revolution. This, I've just got to get it more or less level, then use scales to get the 2 grams or whatever the required weight is of the carriage. They're pretty easy arms to set up, Rega, but they're just brilliantly made. So I've got a set of scales here which I'll use here, and that'll give me the desired weight. Yeah, so it's not my ideal arm. I will upgrade the arm when one comes along, and I'll either go for a SME 309, as I have a SME on my other turntable. I think they go well with the Garrard. But what I may also look out for, whatever comes first really, I may go for the top of the range Rega, the RB 3000, which appears on the RB10 turntable. So whenever I can get a good deal, it may take a bit of time. Now normally I wouldn't spend more on a cartridge than what my tone arm costs. So I was going to get a cartridge for maybe £250, and it didn't really matter really what I get, because I'm going to I was going to step up once I get the new tone arm. But anyway, I got a bit of a deal. Now, I was always going moving magnet with this turntable. I've got high-end moving Cartridge on my other turntable. So moving magnet was one I wanted to do, making it easier to switch between moving magnet and moving coil on the phono stage. So yes, so the cartridge I went for is a company called Vertere. It sounds sort of French, but they're actually a British company, a high-end British hi-fi company. The chap once owned Roxanne Audio, the high-end turntables, and they sold that company out and started a new turntable company. And they make 3 cartridges, a moving magnet, 250. The sabre is, I think it costs about 950 now. I picked it up for about 700. So that deal, I just went for this cartridge now rather than sticking something else in and then changing that when I get a new turntable. It's hard to quite see. The kit actually looks like a moving coil, you know, it's top of the range moving magnet, you know. I mean, moving coils start around about £400–500, so I mean, this is double the price of this, but once it's in, that's it. It's going to be handy to replace stylus whenever I want. I'll show you a couple of pictures of it, and here we go. Right, so next off I've got the record weight or clamp, whatever you want to call it. And this is from Michell Engineering. I mean, I got this second hand again. I think they're maybe about £38–40. I think I got this for about 27 posted. It's in new condition. And Michell Engineering, who do the gyro deck and the orb high-end turntables, were the first company to actually make a clamp, and I presume it's probably in the 80s. And they applied for a patent for it. I think that was rejected, unfortunately for them. But yeah, Michell Engineering in England. So this is the first, and it's not changed. I don't know if they do other ones now, but you can still buy these. And so that's what I'm going to use. A nice, good, cheap, well-engineered clamp. And as I say, £27 I think that cost me. And I managed to pick up 45, a Garrard 45 single adapter. And I think what you done was you screw this, it's sealed. It's crazy. I think you screwed that to the turntable. There's a little holder there. And I mean, this cost me about £25. It's ridiculous. I'll never use it, but just as it's part of the old original turntable, I've got it. And then when I get the new plinth, when that comes, hopefully not too long, I just got a little Garrard badge, and I'll put that probably on the front of the new plinth, even though the plinth isn't Garrard. Okay, so hopefully it's not going to be too long before I pick up the plinth when it's delivered, and I'll get it all set up and let you see. Maybe be able to play a record on it. Okay, that's it for now. Catch you later.